Welcome to the next lesson of how to play Xiangqi Chinese chess. With this lesson, we'll begin to look at a basic checkmate involving two chariots. A chariot's very much like a rook in Western chess, almost identical. Before we get into the actual game example here, this is the basic idea, and I'm sure you've seen this 1,000 times yourself. You have a lone king and then two chariots or two rooks, and a checkmate can be just walking it down like that. We've all done that as beginners in Western chess. The fact that there's a palace, you can do it different ways too. In this game, you can actually begin with this check, and then if the king goes back, you have a mate, sure. Or if the king goes forward, in Western chess, he'd be running away, but not in Xiangqi. In Xiangqi, you go here, and that is the mate as well. So we'll pause for a second and set up a more complicated example. So here we are with a more game-like example. In this position, red has the two chariots and his king. Now notice how his king is controlling one of the rib files. That's going to be part of the checkmating. But in this case, the king, which is located here, the black one, is protected by all four of his protective pieces, and those are hard to work around sometimes, even with two chariots. And red is winning, of course, but there's numerous ways you can goof up. So we'll just play through the text. It kind of gives one way you might do this and actually win in short order. One way would be just to come here with check. And of course, the king, there's two options here. He goes here, right? That's an option. This would lead to a mate pretty quick, though. Check, and then checkmate. So that's one way. And he thinks maybe he can last longer if he comes this way. Check. And again, there's a couple different options. He can come here, for instance, and then this check here and mate. In this case, black thinks, oh, maybe I can hang on a little longer if I just come here and sacrifice my piece. That will free up at least one square. Maybe my king can run around a little more that way. So that's a sacrifice, check. And here the advisor has to move. And here there's two different ways to win here. This would win, check, right? Check. Check. And checkmate, and observe how the red king is serving as a role on his sixth file. And then also, finally, there's this would lead to a quick decision as well. And I guess the lesson learned is that even though red is clearly winning and it should be easy, he wants to do as quickly and as efficiently as possible. And it always involves forcing the loss of one or two or more of these protective pieces. The advisors, at least one of the advisors, usually captured, and usually one of the elephants as well. So that's a very, very basic checkmate, but you will find it comes up in your game a bunch of times. So thank you for listening. That is all.